In this episode, I finally try a traditional Swedish cinnamon bun. We check out a really cool neighborhood restaurant called Coco and Carmen, and it is finally game day, so we head down to the Ericsson Globe for Game 1 of the 2019 NHL Global Series.
A little taco stand in the middle of the desert, eating fresh fruit in the LA heat. Traveling the country, stopping into every dime, hauling the bump right next to me. Traveling food. Traveling food.
Good morning from Stockholm, day number 3, I guess it is. It is Friday morning, it's game day. Lightning are playing later tonight. Just woke up, walking to go to a little meeting with a gentleman that I connected through on LinkedIn a couple months ago. I'm following this group called the Smart Kitchen Summit, which is a technology in the kitchen kind of concept where they talk about just how technology in the kitchen is evolving, and that morphs into grocery shopping as well. And that's my background, is in the grocery industry, so I'm going to meet with this gentleman named Eric, who has a business here in Sweden, in Stockholm, a technology business that kind of connects the online shopping experience to retailers. So I am excited to just grab a cup of coffee with him and chat with him for a little bit, so it should be kind of cool. It is a little wet out here this morning, but it's not raining, so that's nice. Imagine it'll be raining, probably sprinkling throughout the day. But I'm just walking down this little one of the bigger roads with some retail shops on it. There's actually like a cool little flower stand. And for those of you guys that think my jacket is a Vegas Golden Knights jacket, it's not. It's actually a London Knights Ontario Hockey League jacket. I was born in London, Ontario, so they're one of my favorite minor league hockey teams. So I've noticed these Swedish-style cinnamon rolls in a lot of local bakeries. They look kind of like regular cinnamon rolls, but with pearl sugar on top instead of like a glaze. Alright, now I regret not getting one of them at that last bakery there, so I'm going to look up my little Google map, see where the nearest bakery is, and hopefully try one of these little cinnamon rolls. And I'm pretty lucky there's a place called Mr. Cake that's actually just a couple blocks away from where I'm going anyways, so I'm going to go check it out. And apparently the owner of this little bakery is a very famous chef too, so maybe he'll be in and I can have a chance to meet him. Hey, there he is. I don't know if you guys have ever tried to frost a cake before, but it's really not that easy. It's pretty interesting seeing him back there kind of giving his staff some lessons on mastering this craft. Man, they have so many good looking baked goods here, but I did tell myself I wanted to try one of these little Swedish cinnamon rolls, so you gotta avoid the temptations of all this other stuff and try one of the traditional Swedish cinnamon rolls. So they're called kanelbulle, which is cinnamon bun in Swedish. Of course, this place has 2 different kinds, so I'm going to try them both. And it is kind of traditional for them to be made with cardamom. I'm finally trying one of these Swedish cinnamon rolls that we've been seeing all around town. This one from a place called Mr. Cake. A very cool place. So I got what was looks like the traditional one here, with the big sugar crystals on top. And then this one's like I think a vanilla. It looked like one. That also looked really good. I actually just wanted to get this one, but I figured I needed to try the original one as well. So I'm doing them both. It's a great cinnamon roll. A little bit of a glaze on the top, so it's not like too gooey or messy or anything. Those the pearl sugar crystals on the top really make it. It's like a croissant-like pastry, a little bit thicker, heavier, but still pretty fluffy. This is the vanilla one. Oh yeah, they're really good. Apparently this bakery is really known for their red velvet croissants, and I did have the chance to meet Roy Fares, who is the founder of it. This guy's traveled all around the world and has a lot of cookbooks of his own. So I just stumbled upon this little place called Mr. Cake here. I was looking for a coffee shop close to where I was going to be having my meeting this morning. And as you can see, it doesn't look like anything too crazy on the outside, so I was worried it might just be like a cheesy little, I don't know, coffee shop or whatever, but I went in there. It was absolutely amazing. And Roy Flores, oops, that's Roy Fares. Sorry, Roy. There's a bunch of cookbooks inside, little cookbooks about pastries and baking and sweets, a lot from the United States. It was pretty cool, and he was actually in the store, in the bakery, so I had the chance to chat with him for a little bit. Pretty cool to meet him, got my picture with him, and enjoyed some of their food, but just, you know, I think a lot of people would really just walk or eat. It's not even, you know, it's the main street's over here behind me, so it's maybe 50 yards off the main street, so you could definitely walk by it if you didn't know it was there, but after checking their Instagram page, they definitely have a very big following. So it's kind of a trendy place to go here in Stockholm. Definitely worth checking out if you're ever out here. But yeah, I am kind of a grocery store nerd, just growing up in the grocery business, and really excited to meet this guy Eric, who has his own company called North Fork, which is a grocery online technology company. So I'm going to chat with him really quick. So I just made it to the building where my meeting is. It's in this what looks like a residential kind of area, but a lot of these kind of connected townhouses are actually offices too, so we're up pretty high on one of the top floors. Just came up a bunch of staircases. It is 10:25, so I'm here 5 minutes early, but excited to meet Eric and talk about the grocery business and technology and just kind of chat and introduce myself. So here we go. Great to meet Eric, cool little meeting, and now I'm walking to a restaurant, Coco and Carmen, which is a newer sister restaurant to some place called Punk Royale that really interested me when I was looking up things to do in Stockholm. Punk Royale is kind of like under the radar. They don't necessarily allow a lot of filming inside the restaurant. I am going to go visit that tomorrow, but in the meantime, we're going to check out Coco and Carmen. On the way, I passed the Swedish History Museum. I didn't really have time to go through the entire thing, but I did stop in and check out the gift shop. Aw yeah, they had a ton of cookbooks in the gift shop. One of my favorite things to check out when I travel. Alright, this is it, Coco and Carmen. I wonder where that name came from. Hey guys, I am inside this beautiful restaurant called Coco and Carmen, and this is the chef, Dario, who I was just chatting with him. Pardon me?
Welcome.
Good, thank you. It's an awesome place. I'm just happen to be in the neighborhood, and I know we had talked on email a couple times, so I appreciate your time and everything. And we were just chatting about the restaurant. I guess you guys have only been open for a few months?
Exactly, so almost now in the third month, doing dinner and lunch services.
That's very cool. And he was saying,
going strong.
I'm going to turn around and just show you the kitchen real quick, which is very cool. It smells amazing. I'm watching the food go out and it looks amazing too. But you were saying, so this was a restaurant before? And
So
you guys,
it used to be like a neighborhood restaurant the last 41 years. Before that it was a bakery. So you can still see, like we are on the other side, the old ovens in the wall, exactly, which are not working anymore, but looks pretty.
yeah, there's so much character.
And I mean, also that's why the kitchen is how it is. It's a lot of space, which is not. Yeah, well, it's not common and also not really set up to be a professional kitchen. So we're gonna do some adjustments here. But yeah, we definitely try to keep up the spirit of a neighborhood restaurant. And,
it's about 12:30 right now. The place is jamming out there, so I appreciate your time doing this. Maybe take a look at the food that I'm getting salivating over here looking at these dishes coming out. But thank you so much. I appreciate it. Thank you.
Yeah, the tissue is more pain.
Guys, I am live from a restaurant called Coco and Carmen here in Stockholm. I just had a chance to meet the chef, Dario, back there, and the owner a little while ago. Fortunate to be in here. It's in the middle of the lunch service right now. It's 1 p.m. so they're cranking things out, but they've invited me back into the kitchen here. And this concept just opened up a few months ago, really. It's under the Punk Royale banner. There's a Punk Royale restaurant that caught my interest when I was looking at places in Stockholm. It's kind of like a funky, fun restaurant. And they have a Punk Royale cafe next door to the main restaurant. And then they just opened this concept, Coco and Carmen, which is named after the previous owners of this building, or the restaurant that operated here before. So it's kind of a homage to them. Well, I'm being treated to looking at this beautiful food coming out of the kitchen. They started out just doing 1 or 2 dishes for lunch, and now they've expanded their menus to about 10 different lunch items. And they're doing some schnitzel, there's like a beef tenderloin, and some salmon that are coming out here today. So it's a variety of things that you'll see me plated behind me. The building itself is very cool. And then kind of, I guess, what would be the server area of the kitchen here. And back there is the main restaurant. And this is the main kitchen here. They got some filet there that they've roasted overnight. Beautiful color. Here and they're flambéing some vegetables back here on the other side. They're searing off some salmon. Doing some baking and prep work and stuff like that too. So they got a lot going on here, but it is a beautiful, beautiful restaurant. And I'm pretty lucky to be here. So here are some of the dishes coming out right now, but I'm gonna maybe do a quick walk through up front. It's busy out here, so I'm gonna get this way, but I might be able to get a little flavor for what it looks like on the inside here. It's a bunch of different rooms and a little bar area up front. But it's a very cool place. So each day for lunch they do two different specials. One is called Coco, the other is called Carmen. I went with the Coco today, tried the tenderloin with hollandaise sauce. And they do their own homemade crisps. It's because crisps are all over the place in Sweden. Oh yeah, it was so good. And in true Punk Royale fashion, they have just some funky stuff all over the restaurant. As fancy as it seems, it definitely has that kind of punk kind of style to it too. And I did pick up, for a souvenir for myself, their Punk Royale, not really a cookbook, but just a book of all the shenanigans, I guess I can say, that go on in the Punk Royale restaurant. Alright, that was delicious. Now it's time to do a quick walk along the waterfront back towards the Airbnb and get ready for the first of two games between the Buffalo Sabres and Tampa Bay Lightning. And I'm getting pretty excited to watch some hockey in Sweden. It's a cool looking barbershop, and one of the interesting things that I noticed in Stockholm or in Sweden is that all these little grocery stores, they display the hours of operation really big on the side of the building, so I guess that's convenient to know. But alright, it's game night. We are leaving the Airbnb. We're gonna head down to the train station and get on the train to the Globe, Ericsson Globe Center. So here we go to see our Bolts play. What's up, Bill?
Sunlight that always stays. Dinner by the waterway.
So the subway started filling up pretty quick. The closer we got to the arena, hey, that guy in the number 3 jersey is my buddy Chris Dixon. That did not make it on the train because it was too full. But we did catch up with him in a little bit, and we arrived at the Globe again. We got down to the arena area a few hours before the game. We did notice that a lot of fans were going back to this place called O'Leary's, and some of the fans that didn't have a ticket to the game were watching the game at O'Leary's. So it's, in my opinion, a little touristy kind of, but we did want to go check it out. Supposedly it's just like thousands of square feet of games and all this kind of stuff. You think it's just a restaurant and a bar, but then you get in there and really you can get lost back there with all the different stuff they have. So we did a quick walkthrough, and then now it's game time, so heading into the arena.
Now I never wanna go home. I left my heart in Stockholm.
Hey, there's Dixon, he made it. Hey, and there's Brian. It's pretty cool to see some Tampa Bay Lightning footage on the Jumbotron all the way over here in Stockholm. So even though it wasn't the Tampa Bay Lightning tunnel, it was pretty cool to be sitting right next to the tunnel.
Come on inside, where everybody knows your name, everybody knows your name. Time to catch a flight, but you can make me go. Unlocking all the memories of my new home. Ventilated echoes playing to and fro, back and forth, yeah. Caught some kids dancing in the
This was pretty awesome. This little Swedish girl right in front of us got a puck.
For tonight's pregame warm-up, how about a big hand for the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Buffalo Sabres?
And there's Greg again. He did a fantastic job emceeing the game.
It's my pleasure to officially welcome you to the 2019 NHL Global Series in beautiful Stockholm. We have an amazing Atlantic Division collision tonight as the Buffalo Sabres will be taking on the Tampa Bay Lightning. It is my pleasure to welcome you all once again this evening. Grab yourself a drink, grab yourself a snack, and we will get things rolling here very shortly.
Place you think of when it comes to hockey, but try to convince us it's better anywhere else. This isn't where the game started, it's where it's evolved, where it's been perfected. Tampa Bay hockey. Must be earned. How hard we work, how much we sacrifice, and how high we reach will define who we are. We weren't born a family, but make no mistake, we are one. United by heart, bound by passion. Every road has led us to this moment. Right now. Now is our time to answer the call, to rise up and ignite the night with a flash of lightning and shake the earth.
Satisfying victory on the wings of the Silver. This proves that we can win
It is my pleasure at this time to welcome you to the 2019 NHL Global Series. Featuring the Tampa Bay Lightning and the Buffalo Sabres, right here in Stockholm, Sweden. And now for tonight's starting lineups. First, for the Tampa Bay Lightning, under head coach John Cooper. In goal, number 88, Andre Vasilevsky. And forward, number 9, Tyler Johnson. And forward, number 21, Brady Point. And forward, number 86, Nikita Kucherov. On defense, number 22, Kevin Shattenkirk. And from Uppik, Sweden, on defense, number 77, Victor Hedman. Jake McCabe. And forward number 23, Sam Reinhardt. In goal, number 35, from Uppik, Sweden, Linus Hallmark. On defense, number 55, Rasmus Ristolainen. And from Uppik, Sweden, and forward number 68, Victor Olofsson. America and Sweden national anthems, performed this evening by Molly Hammer.
Oh, say, can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight, oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rocket's red glare, the bombs bursting in air, they through the night that a flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free and the home of the brave? Du tysta, du glädjerika stjärna, jag hälsar dig gärna ställa upp på jord, din sol, din himmel, dina ängder gröna. Du tronar på minnen från fornstora dagar, då är ditt namn flög över jorden. Jag vet att jag är och du blir vad du var. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö i Norden. Ja, jag vill leva, jag vill dö.
and the in-game entertainment was fantastic.
Meatballs with some spaghetti, lingonsylt. That's pretty good. Very good. Tastes exactly like home. So good. The berries are really good. Yeah. The berries are really good, but the meatballs are good. There's no meatballs in the lingonsylt.
And I really don't know how this kid had a voice by, I was going to say the end of the game, but by the end of the first period.
Assistant number 77, Victor Hedman.
I brought a girl on my Vespa. She said I already told ya.
Time to get some food. I googled one of these things. It said sausage and french fries. Looks like a hot dog without a bone to me, but it was pretty good, I guess. They didn't actually have a whole lot of food there at the arena, but I did run into a handful of other Lightning fans out there in Sweden, which was pretty cool, and of course I had to try some Swedish candy. They're in the shape of little cars. They tasted how they looked, kind of like a pastel-y, gummy kind of thing. Buffalo goal is under review. I wonder if they still call it Toronto. And there's my man Greg again, schmoozing with the Sabres.
Now you guys obviously got to swing back here in the second period. How do you guys carry that momentum into the third?
Yeah, I think the last 5 minutes was better. We started battling and somebody got the goal there and get there and there.
Appreciate your time. Thank you, number 22.
We got orange, and we got almond, but we're gonna throw them out the window. We're gonna do the ginger one. These ones we usually eat around Christmas time. It's real good. I'm gonna eat the whole thing. I'm gonna have to take this box with me. Really good. Yeah. really good. 10 out of 10. This is the best thing we've had yet. Yeah, I'll probably give this like 12 maybe. 12? Yeah.
Buffalo's number 55, last week's supposed to line in 2 minutes for interference. And number 53, Jeff Skinner, 2 minutes for roughing. And Tampa Bay's number 19, number 18, Andre Palat, 2 minutes for roughing.
And that is it. Tampa Bay wins. Jack Eichel got mad. He just broke his stick.
The third star of the game. From the Tampa Bay Lightning, Victor Hedman.
Once upon a time I would go out, celebrate, but a little too old now, so we are heading back to the Airbnb, gonna call it a night. And we caught one of the local advertisements for this series on TV back at the Airbnb. Kind of cool seeing Lightning stuff on Swedish TV.
NHL Global Series är andra mötet mellan Tampa Bay och Buffalo. Ikväll 18:00 på Sexan och via Play.
And in the final episode of this series, we check out the very cool subway stops of Sweden. I meet another awesome little restaurant operator. And my last couple nights of my stay, why is this Tampa Bay Lightning flag on the engine of this airplane? And could this airplane really be my hotel?